So we're looking at the shifting rail right here, and the bolt that went into the shifting rail was loose, so I'm sure that didn't help very much shifting either. I never touched that bolt, but Chase said that I might want to change the shifting rail, but I think what it was A, that thing was loose, and B, my weld broke. Okay, forget everything I told you guys so far. Well, you probably already have, but I'm not gonna buy that crankcase off of eBay. I'm just gonna frickin' weld it back up because I can weld all of up here because nothing touches here. And then I can retack this and retack this. And then what I'm gonna do is then JB weld over everything so that it's, you know, a little better. The JB weld can seep into spots that I can't really get to weld, like under here. Because not only is it gonna cost me $200 to buy that part, but it's probably going to take, I don't know, 5 hours taking that engine apart, and then probably about 3 hours putting it back together. So it's going to save me time, and I already got the welding rod, so whatever. And this should hold me off for, you know, a couple weeks. If it does break, I mean, it's going to be stronger than the first time. But, I mean, if it lasts a couple weeks, take it apart, take it to school, fix it for free. Save $200 no matter what. Plus, I have so much other shit to do. So I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but I tipped the bike that way more by loosening that strap and tightening that one so that I can drain the oil out of it and clean it up. Clean the weld up with my stainless steel brush. And I also got some earpieces in there to clog up holes and a paper towel so I don't get any weld anywhere when I start to burn this sucker up. So as you can see, my paper towel started on fire, and I was much more aggressive when it came to the welding. I filled up that whole gap right in there, filled up all down in there, right here, because I figured, you know what, aluminum's soft and I can get rid of all this stuff that I don't need with the Dremel. And after I do that, I'm going to put JB Weld down in that crevice right there to seal anything that I can't get with the rod, because the rod's a little too thick. But I just got to clean that out with my hammer and Dremel it up, and that should work. You're looking at the future engineer of America. Check this out. I know it's dirty, but there's nothing getting inside anywhere. It's just, you know, sitting outside. But I got aluminum shavings everywhere. As you can see, I put a little tack right on top of this screw hole here, and I'll show you why. When I take my paper towel out, I throw this in here. As you can see, I grounded out everywhere where it would hit. So I left this, previously it was a gap. I just filled it all in with weld. And as you can see, I put that little tack there because it hits there, so that it stops all the weight from hitting that pin. So it's working with the pin. So the crankcase is going to be, you know, a little helper. So that should work slicker and shit. We should have no more problem with this breaking. So I feel very confident with this. And not only that, but after I clean this all out with engine degreaser and make sure it's all brand new and there's no filings or anything, and when I do put it all back together, I'll put cheap oil in it, run it for like, you know, 20-30 seconds, drain the old oil, drain that oil out, and put good stuff in there. But after I get it done and cleaned out, I'm gonna put JB Weld down in here. As you can see, that gap down in there, I can't really get in there with the welding rod, but I don't even think I have to put JB Weld in there, but just for insurance reasons, we're gonna do it. Like hanging, I got my mask on, I got my engine degreaser. Let's see how good this works. Smells like fast orange. And like, I don't know, acetone? I'm going to let that sit for about 10-15 minutes and see what I got left. I got it all covered up. I'm probably going to let it sit for a day or two. The JB Weld's on there. And then I'll bag up the parts so these don't get dirty or nothing. And then we'll start reassembly. It's been 43 hours since I last spoken with you guys. And here's the bike. I put it back on the lift. I put a protective bag over it. And here's our JB Weld here. Usually I give it a day, but I wanted it to cure because down in that crevice, you know, there was a lot of JB Weld to harden, so I gave it an extra couple hours. But I have it all ground out and everything, so it's all ready to go. And that degreaser cleaned it up really damn good, because you can actually see I put the degreaser all up in here, and if you compare this piece to that piece, you can see it actually took shit off. Like, I can barely take that off my finger, but the degreaser just did a chemical reaction and tore it right off, you know. But I don't know what's going on right here. That's kind of dirty, so maybe I can clean that up. But reassembly time. So I had to grind a little bit of stuff up, so that's why I put the engine degreaser back on. And since this part was actually cleaner than that part, I just figured, you know what, let's just spray some of that on there. I cleaned up a little bit more. And after that's all gone, I got my one spring arm here. It's under here somewhere. Let's see if I can show you real quick. Right here. I put this piece on. It's got a spring onto it, and then I can put the rest of my shifting rail on, which is right here. And those parts are right there. The bolt that that little spring actuated arm is hooked up to, I actually swiped my welding rod across it 2 days ago when I was welding it. So what I did was I put an SAE nut on it first to like scratch away the aluminum, and then I went ahead and put on the original nut. Worked perfect. So now it's much cleaner. Up here is even cleaner. But this is the bolt I was talking about that I put the SAE nut on there and then ended up putting on the original nut. And then here's the actuating arm. There we go. Looking fine. So this is looking better. I just put my shifter on, as you can see, and this previous bolt stripped out of the aluminum, because you know aluminum's weaker than steel. But I tapped it and put a bigger bolt in there. And now there's absolutely no freaking play. So that's good. Way better. So that'll help with shifting as well. But we got everything set up shifting related. So now all I have to do is put like oil spreading gears and shit. And my clutch. Then the cover. And should be ready to go.